You know, today I was supposed to take apart Woody and customize it, but since the spider hype is so strong, I'm going to be a sellout and make more Spider-Man video. Happy New Year's Eve guys, I am ZW, and as the last video of 2021, I would like to thank you guys for watching all my crappy videos, and I hope you have a happy time watching this video. Let's destroy some toys. First up, these two heads. This head is from an old Spider-Man video where I have removed the eyes and the cloth to reveal what's underneath, which is a red head with eye holes. Now, this is a Hot Toys Tom Holland recast, and with these two side by side, if you still can't tell what I'm going to recreate, well, that's fine cause you can't read my mind. The idea is to cut the lower half of both faces, then swap them to create the sandwich eating Spider-Man in Homecoming, minus the sandwich.
Why would I tell him about the churro?
So after marking out the face like a plastic surgeon, it's snipping time. This might look really scary, but I've done this before. It shouldn't be a problem. What the f? Damn it, I don't have another head. Alright, time out. We're going to work on the other head that I will be painting later on. This is made by Nuts Pigs. A really talented sculptor, I must say. It's made to accommodate for the glasses eaters, as you can see from the holes at the sides. But I think he actually looks more like the kiddie Tom Holland in Homecoming, so I want to fill his holes up with clay. It's really not a hard task, definitely easier than cutting a head in half. Doing a little manual sculpting, If you don't already know, I'm a digital sculptor, so I suck at clay sculpting. But for hair, it's probably the same, just strokes after strokes with a sculpting tool. Then to solidify it by blowing it with a heat gun, and that would be ready to paint. Oh, I do have an extra head. It came with the knockoff Iron Spidey. It's pretty small, smaller than the original head, and it looks like shit. Derpy Spider-Man, but since we only need his lower half without the derpy eyes, it should still work. I just hope that it doesn't break off like the first one. So much more good looking now. Okay, so the issue previously was that the recast is made of a hard resin material, while this knockoff head is made with a flexible material, which allows me to perform surgery without breakage. Never would I have expected a cheap knockoff to save the day. Well, here's another knockoff, the Spider-Man mask, which I assume would be flexible as well since they were made by the same company. And I was right. That's why bootlegs are customizers' dreams come true. So after trimming the mask and comparing it with the head, the original mask, I think it's time to glue them together and let it dry. Now, you remember this? The Iron Spider knockoff that I customized in my previous Spider-Man video. The original plan was to make him better damaged, like in Endgame. But I had a movie to catch. Dude! So Iron Spidey got to stay clean for another day. But after watching the movie, I got so hyped that I had to revisit this. I know it's supposed to be nanotech and it's more machine than cloth, so I'm trying to cut the edges of the collar to imitate the machine feels. In Endgame, his suit was damaged on the left shoulder, so that's where I started to cut into the suit, painting it black, dry brushing with a little chrome along the collar as well, and then I just couldn't stop myself from destroying it even further. It was so boring trying to replicate damage, and it wasn't even that damaged in the movie. So I decided to just go crazy with it, cutting a huge hole in the suit, but because it doesn't really make sense to have holes in a nano suit, I had to find something to represent the circuits in the suit. I mean, I hauled a lot of shit throughout the years, but who would have thought to keep a mini circuit board, right? So I got this cloth instead. I wouldn't say it's very accurate, but I guess it's a nice contrast in texture from the smooth fabric of the suit. After painting it chrome, I continue with my mission to make Tom Holland dirty, and we can take a break to do some real painting. This head sculpt. I mean, I wasn't particularly looking forward to painting this because it looks kind of weird. Remember how I said he looks like a kid? Well, that's the problem, cause While I was collecting references of how people had painted this sculpt, they all look really young. The eyes on the sculpt are really round, which makes him look surprised. Tom Holland's eyes are not so round, which is puzzling because the sculptor Nuts Pix is very talented. So while I was painting it, I kept wondering how he would make such an amateur mistake. Turns out, he wasn't the one who made the mistake, it's the painters. You see, all the painters painted his iris dead center of the eyeballs, which made him look in awe. If that's what they're going for, good job. But as a sculptor, something just looked really wrong to me, and then I realized it's not supposed to be in the middle. You need to leave some of the whites at the bottom. He is supposed to look forward, yes, but his chin is tucked downwards a little, and when his eyes look forward, the upper eyelids get mushed upwards, and that's why his eyes turned out rounded. You get what I mean? Am I talking to myself? Okay, I'm sorry. Moving on. Since we are on the topic of heads, let's finish this up. I managed to squeeze the head into the mask, and now it's just about adjusting it into place before gluing the eyes in. I tried folding the ends of the mask inwards, but it wasn't working particularly well because the factory had glued the mask along the ends, which has unfortunately hardened the cloth and made the fabric fold unnaturally. After cutting the tough parts away, it does rest against the head a little better, so it's time to glue. If you still remember, the mask actually had a base for the eyes to stick on magnetically, which I had trouble removing previously, but for this, I decided to just glue the eyes straight onto the mask to make it look flushed. No, actually, I totally forgot about the base because it was removed 4 months ago and I don't even remember it existing. So it's a happy accident, I guess. Cause now it looks more flushed against the entire face compared to the shitty head with poppy eyes. And while I was gluing the eyes in, something kept bugging me. Like he's just not looking straight. Look at the paint on the eyes. They freaking mispainted it. That's why he still looks derpy. But there's nothing I can't fix with just a little silver paint, and a test fit reveals what I feared the most. The head is just too small. I tried using a heat-shrinking rubber for the neck, but even the biggest one is too small, and tape just didn't work. It's fine, I will find something else for the head. And continuing on the topic of head, we have this. How can Tom look so clean when his body's been so damaged? Simple fix. Some blood on the sides of his face, some bruises, more blood, and some gloss for sweats. That's what's fun, isn't it? Not being bounded by any rules and just embrace the urge to destroy. Starting with the web shooters, following the usual steps of cutting, blackwashing, and chroming. But that wasn't enough to quench my thirst. I had to destroy more. By cutting off his arm, or at least his sleeves. And some finishing touches to sell his injuries, cuts, bloods, and dirts. And I want to say it's done, but it's not. I couldn't stop. The darkness has taken over, and I continued to destroy the claws. I jammed a hole in. I took some random wire thingy and I snipped it, glued it, cut, blackwash, chrome, and now we are done. Well, that was fun. Tom looks like he had a rough day, injured on the right side and damaged on the left. I didn't have circuits coming out of his suit, but I think it still sells the overall better damagedness. The half-masked head is still too small, even on this civilian Tom Holland body, but I think it still works. It looks like he's preparing for a battle, taking his suit out or something. I'm glad I figured out how to paint this head, and it's such an honor to add him to my collection. Watch my previous customs here and stay tuned for more. Happy New Year, guys!